Welcome to the 2024 SYC Louisiana, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by Kegel, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from All-Star Lanes in Baton Rouge, it's the 2024 SYC Louisiana. Welcome to the 2024 SYC Louisiana, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by Kegel, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from All-Star Lanes in Baton Rouge, it's the 2024 SYC Louisiana. Welcome to the 2024 SYC Louisiana, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by Kegel, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from All-Star Lanes in Baton Rouge, it's the 2024 SYC Louisiana. Welcome to the 2024 SYC Louisiana, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by Kegel, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from All-Star Lanes in Baton Rouge, it's the 2024 SYC Louisiana. Welcome to the 2024 SYC Louisiana, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by Kegel, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from All-Star Lanes in Baton Rouge, it's the 2024 SYC Louisiana. Welcome to the 2024 SYC Louisiana, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by Kegel, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from All-Star Lanes in Baton Rouge, it's the 2024 SYC Louisiana. Welcome to the 2024 SYC Louisiana, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Cool Wick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by Kegel, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from All-Star Lanes in Baton Rouge, it's the 2024 SYC Louisiana. Welcome to the 2024
Good morning. Good morning. We are live here from the SYC Louisiana 2024, live from All-Star Lanes. My name is Blair Blumenscheid, and I will be with you all day long. We have a lot of guests coming in to join us in the booth this weekend, and parents have been asking for a super stream of pairs because there's 64 lanes in All-Star Lanes here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So we want to show as many bowlers as we possibly can. They just finished up practice. You hear Miss Leanne. She is finishing up some announcements today. Hello, everyone that's joining us. We will be starting with some young bowlers. The youngest division in our event is U12. They're bowling on the short pattern today. The main pair you'll be watching is 7 and 8. The bowlers on that pair are Nevaeh Jepson, Calliope Longoria, Ellie Kate Murray, Vivian Jepson, Taylor Morgan, and Lennon Short. To the left, you will see Logan Wynn, Gunnar Pellegrin, Braxton Williams, Colton Pellegrin, Nolan Randisi, and Gavin Williams. And to the left, you'll see Delaney Huberty, Parker Blanchard, Stevie Newton, Leighton Short, Bryn Kerr, and Alyssa Randisi. So lots of young bowlers, and you'll get to see how talented these youth are. We've got some junior gold champions, SYC champions. Don't let their small stature fool you. They're here to win. Our friends at Cool Wick made some really cool designs for the Baton Rouge event. You see our friend Colton on lane 6. He's wearing the Gator jersey. It's like a little swamp. And then, of course, the girls here are wearing some Mardi Gras themed jerseys. Josh, we're in Louisiana. Baton Rouge All-Star Lanes is the bowling center. Folks are going to be coming here this spring for the USPC Open Championships. It's heading to Baton Rouge, and Baton Rouge is super excited for y'all to come. Visit Baton Rouge. All right, and I am joined in the booth. Oh, Mike, you got a little square.
I got a square.
Well, you're in the square. Do you
I'm in
see
the square? Okay.
Yeah, scoot back a little bit.
Okay.
No, come back. Scoot, hold on. All right, everyone, we're going to introduce you to Mike Sinek so he can line up. There he is. There's Mr. Mike Sinek. Mike, you're one of our super volunteers here at the SYC. You're going to be running scores all day long.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
That's some background noise. I'm going to try to fix
Good morning,
this.
everybody.
I also feel like I'm yelling.
It's a little bit loud.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, why are we
I think it's this bowling
fixing
center.
the sound?
There you go.
All right, here we go. Mike, Baton Rouge, Louisiana,
Yes.
with some U12 bowlers right in front of us.
Very nice.
We went, well, you unfortunately didn't make it in time, but we went down to Bourbon Street,
Mm-hmm.
which if you're coming for the Open Championships, or like I heard some of the kids did the Ghost Tour,
Mm-hmm.
which sounded really cool.
Oh, yeah. There's also a tour where you can you ride on a horse-drawn carriage around Bourbon Street, and they tell you the history.
Yeah.
And going to the park is really neat. And there's often just live music.
Super cool. I'm messing with our audio at the moment.
And occasionally you might see a actual star. Many major artists sometimes just show up and try to play with a group that's there just for fun.
We saw a young man playing music in the street, and he was fantastic. Just incredible. Covering whatever you wanted him to sing. So, but up in Baton Rouge, before I stepped away for a second, Visit Baton Rouge gave us some extra scholarship funds this weekend.
Very nice. Very nice. I love the community involvement. I mean, we have certain cities and certain sites that their Visitor Bureau, Tourism Bureau do a really good job of supporting events. All the bowlers that we have here, we have bowlers from as far away as California competing this weekend, so it's cool.
Very cool. Sending a little group text.
And then I love some of these. So our friends at Cool Wick do themed shirts
The jerseys, right?
for the SYC.
They're
for
so cool.
Each event, and I've seen both of the Louisiana shirts today, and they look great.
Yeah. I think there's a few designs out there, but the boys have chosen the Gators
Yes.
to the left, and the girls are all Mardi Gras today, so
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
Including matching skirt and socks and stockings. So
It's amazing.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's so cool.
That's one of the best parts about the SYC is the style on both the boys' side and the girls' side. Because some of the boys put their outfits together quite well as well, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I love it. I'm gonna pull up some bios because the young ones here. So I already introduced everybody, but let's see if we have some bios on these awesome bowlers. Got Miss Lennon here. She just bowled on lane 7.
Nice.
She's from Fremont, Nebraska.
Pretty cool.
She bowls at 30 bowl. 10 years old. She won Nebraska Bowler of the Year in Bantam Girls. And she says her secret talent is shopping. She's really good at shopping. I think the parents filled this one out
Very nice.
for her. But she also likes making friends. She's a social butterfly, and she loves making new friends. And she wants to say hi to Taylor Kretz and Malia Briggs. Sure, friends that she met in South Carolina. Also, Tommy Jones. I call him Jimmy Jones. You still can't beat me at NBA Jam. Oh, she's calling him out. I love it.
Nice.
All right. Let's see who else we got. We got Nevea. You know what I know about the name Nevea?
Yeah.
It is a popular name with the next generation. Do you know what it spells backwards?
Heaven.
It does.
Very nice.
Yeah, I love that. All right. I do have a bio for her. She comes back. I like this little one too.
Mm-hmm.
This is young Kalala. Oh my goodness, I cannot keep messing up her name. I'm gonna call her Callie. Maybe her parents will come in. It's Calliope.
Oh, Calliope.
Calliope.
Yes.
But I keep going in at the wrong enunciation of it. She's got the Day of the Dead jersey going. I like it.
Nice.
Taylor Morgan here. Her family, she needed to go to school yesterday, or wanted to go to school. And so her family got in at about 2:30 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
after school. The dedication that these kids have. Let's get this spare here. Calliope.
Very nice.
Nailed it. The one thing about U12 is they bowl very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's not a lot of things to cross your mind, unlike the older bowlers who all of a sudden have to think about everything before they launch. I think each person has their own pace in their head that they need to get them ready to bowl. But when you're at U12, it's grab and go.
That's right. It's the best. There's Lennon. Good shot.
Wow. Very nice.
Miss Ellie Kate got to see her brand new banner for the first time at this tournament. Of course, at the Coastal, there was a hurricane that kept our friends Coolwick from joining us.
Yep.
And they were bringing Ellie Kate's banner, and she won at the SYC in Idaho this year.
Very nice.
And she does not convert that spare. That's a mean spare. I don't like that spare, and I'm taller than she is.
Anything with a sleeper in it is a problem.
Yeah. Goody says it's fun to see two-handed young ladies. There's a lot of them, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the next wave, there'll be even more.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day at lunch, and it's on the rise, and the two-handed ladies are quite competitive. We're probably maybe a year away from seeing a regular competitor compete on the ladies tour.
Okay, you're saying one. I've been within 4. You're going 1. I like it.
I'm going 1.
I like you. I think we're close.
Maybe coming from overseas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Nora, right?
Nora.
I wonder, is she going to bowl full time?
I don't know, because she's still U20 in the IBF.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know. I mean, if a U.S. college hasn't picked her up.
Yeah. What are they waiting on?
Yeah. Hello.
If you're at home and you're bored today and you want to Instagram Miss Nora Johansson, right?
Nora Johansson.
Yeah, you can see her bowl, and she is fantastic.
Yep.
From Sweden. So Lots of girls to idolize for this generation.
She came to the U.S. last year for a couple tournaments. I think the Queens.
Yeah.
She bowled, and she also won the ladies singles last year too at the IBF. So no slouch.
Speaking of champions, Alyssa Randisi here. She just moved up to the U15 girls division this year after she picked up like at least two. She had like 3 SYC titles last year in the U12, 3 or 4, and then she won junior gold, and now she is in the U15 division, and she's won again in the she's just winning. She's one to watch, Alyssa Randisi. Mike, we have 60 brand new SYC bowlers at this event.
That's impressive.
It's amazing.
That's cool.
60 families who have never bowled a tournament before. Welcome to everyone.
Yep. We always worry about the next generation, where they're coming from, and they are here.
They're here.
Yep. That is really cool.
Calliope just bowled. She's from Taft, Texas. Bowls at CM Lanes. This is her first SYC title, first SYC event. She was Bowler of the Year with the SATX Bowlers Tour.
Wow.
She's really good at math. She loves to bake and crochet, and she wants to say hi to her grandparents, family, and friends.
Very cool.
Hillary says, there's nothing quite like your first SYC. We're missing you guys this weekend, the Crowleys, of course.
Yep.
I remember Alex's first SYC. It was at double-decker lanes, and he had bright gold shoes.
Santa Rosa, California.
Yeah, right? That SYC was unique because that is where Belmo accidentally injured himself and could not bowl the Masters.
Ah, okay.
There was a very unfortunate accident that happened with one of his fingers in a bowling ball. You never know what'll happen in an SYC.
Hopefully no major injuries come from.
No. Nevaeh here, she is from Fremont, Nebraska.
Very nice.
Also bowls at 30 Bowl. She won the Nebraska Pepsi tournament. She's been playing piano for 3 years, and she wants to say hello to everyone back at 30 Bowl.
Very nice.
Gavin here on lane 6. He's been on a clinic. He's got 3 in a row. So strike, spare, turkey.
Wow.
U12.
Okay.
On the short pattern, if anyone's checking.
Oh.
Mike,
Okay.
let's cover the length of our pattern, too. I don't think we've done that.
No. So the short pattern today is 37 feet, 27.9 mils of oil, which is on the medium side of the oil count. Should be a relatively on a medium to high scoring pattern. It's 2.63 to 1, which means it's relatively flat. The flat part's in the middle. There's a nice shim of oil right around 10 board. And with 37 feet, you can kind of like, doesn't matter if you're two-handed or one-handed, you can kind of just play between second and third arrow, swing it out. If you got revs, if you're playing straighter, like you see here with the U12s, just take it up right around second arrow. It's a challenging pattern. Most challenging part is shooting spares on any kind of a flat pattern.
Amen.
Some of the girls have some good ball roll. Some of these U12 boys are very impressive.
I just love watching the littles. They're the best because they're just all in. Like, they're so competitive, but they're also in it to have fun and make friends.
Oh, yeah.
Ellie Kate is staring down the pins today. She is
Yes.
like, listen here, All-Star Lanes.
That is fierce right there.
Do not mess with Ellie Kate today.
Yes.
All-star.
And then lane 10, keeping our two-handed theme alive, is Stevie Newton, who has won 2 SYC titles.
2 SYC titles, yeah. Gets better every time I see her.
Yep.
She didn't like that one. Her sister won as well, but both Newtons have won now, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yeah.
I think Daisy won, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent bowlers. Excellent bowling family, too. Mom and Dad are great.
It's cool. See young Nolan Randy. See all the way to your left of your screen. I just jinxed him for a big 4.
Oh.
Sometimes it's hard to get going in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, it's ironic to see U12 in the first game. Normally we catch them at the end, and they're like chatting and all energy. They're a little tired right now. They look like normal kids.
They might have got golfed out last night playing mini golf. So
that is true. We had our social last night. There was putt putting till almost 8 o'clock. We had to pull kids off the putt putt.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Gavin is up. We see him all the way to the left. The blue jersey. And I jinxed it. Man, I'm on the cloud alert today. You know, I do have a black cloud. I made one recently. let me go download that so that we can have that for this weekend, because evidently I'll need it. Apologies, SYC
Nice
bowlers.
spare. That was a really nice spare. And what I say to a lot of the parents in the U12 division is, we're waiting on a growth spurt.
Yes.
Because I can tell you, they have quality technique at this age, as most of these bowlers do, and they get that growth spurt. It's like an accelerant in regards to their scoring pace and how well they perform in tournaments. And so the experience, even at the U12 level, is important for the kids.
So it's the best time to get some experience too, and getting our cloud ready. I don't want to, but
Another nice spare. Ellie Kate coming up on lane 8. Leon 7. Okay, almost carried the crossover. Nice shot from Mr. Randisi on lane 6.
after I clouded him. See, I didn't talk about him,
Yeah,
and life was
Ellie
good.
Kate.
So what I'm learning is that Mike is not a black cloud.
No.
Blair is. Blair is your black cloud today.
Melissa Randisi's on a 3-bagger, and I black cloud.
Ooh.
Thank you.
All right, here we go, and it is the official black cloud of the SYC. We're here for your enjoyment all day long. Hopefully not clouding any more bowlers.
No, we try not to.
Okay, and we're back.
Strings of strikes. We want strings of strikes. Wow, that was a great shot on lane 5.
One of the people in the chat wants to know, where are the older kids? They will be coming. So the bowlers will move 3 pair to their right after each game. I have no idea who's on lane 63 and 6. Oh, wait, I could look. Let's see. On 63 and 64, the high end, we've got So we'll have some U15s coming our way. U15 boys next game. We'll be in U15 and U12 land for a while. Actually, most of this round will be U15 boys. We might get to U18 boys at the very end, the last game. And then
Funnel cake fries are ready at the snack bar. Funnel cake fries are ready at the snack bar.
and then this afternoon we'll come back. They'll bowl 5 more games on the medium, and we'll see a different group of bowlers. So we keep the camera stationary just because then we can see more bowlers. And I tried to give you as wide a view as possible today.
And we have a very nice field of vision too, so you get to see a lot of bowlers.
Yeah.
You're going to see lots of bowlers coming through.
Taylor Morgan got a new puppy this year.
Oh, very nice.
If you need some puppy chat, she's your girl. I don't think we've chatted about Miss Vivi yet. Let's see if Vivian filled out a bio. I'm gonna go with she's from Nebraska. Oh, I'm on it. Fremont, Nebraska.
Nice.
She won the Salute to Veterans tournament.
Nice.
Get this, Miss Vivi here. She plays the tuba.
I like her even more.
The tuba's bigger than she is.
Yes.
So Miss Vivi here, she wants to say hi to her twin cousins Stenson and Sailor. Hello, friends.
Very nice.
And I want to give a shout out to our friend Karina Capron in Nebraska. We have a great group of bowlers in the Nebraska area that are on our team. Jamie Rangel, just the Shannons, lots of great talent. I'm forgetting people too, but Karina came out and bowled the SYC. She was a great champion. She won 2 titles, I believe 2. She won the last title before she aged out.
Yep.
The last event she could bowl, and now that look at all these little girls that are from Nebraska.
Nebraska, strong bowling talent.
Great
University of
college,
Nebraska. Yeah. How many SYC champions bowl at the University of Nebraska right now?
A lot.
Yeah.
And coming in the future. I mean, one of our most decorated champion, Jillian Martin, is at the University of Nebraska.
Kayla Stars at Nebraska. We've had some recent commitments to Nebraska as well. So
yeah, I like Nebraska every week except when they're playing Ohio State football. Except next year, I told some of the SYC kids that I'm gonna go to the Nebraska-Ohio State game. It's at Nebraska next year. I'm gonna go. I've never been to their stadium, and I said I was like, I'll come hang out with you guys.
Nice.
For a football game.
I've heard it's loud there.
Yeah. It reminds me of the shoe on TV whenever I'm watching the games. I've also nicknamed their quarterback Ravioli. I know it's not ravioli, folks. It's Raioli. He's really good too. I'm impressed by their QB. All right, enough football talk for now. Stick around. It's Saturday, folks.
All right, so watch this gentleman getting up on lane 5.
So good. Let me see.
Mr. Braxton.
I want to see if we have a Gavin and a Braxton bio. I'm looking for Gavin first. Gavin Williams. He's from Keller, Texas. Practices at the ITRC, and it shows.
Nice, yeah.
10 years old. He's won 4 Bolero Youth Classics in 2024. He also plays basketball. To say hi to Mom, brother, Gigi, Grandma, and Papa. And then you were saying Mr. Braxton over there.
Braxton Williams.
He is from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Very nice.
8 or 9, your fries are ready in the snack bar.
All right. I got distracted.
No worries.
I have more for Braxton when he comes back in the 10th grade.
Cool.
Let's see if we have a Colton bio. I don't have a Colton bio. I do know there's a lot of bowlers that are from Texas.
Yes.
This event. It's a quick drive over. Quick being like 10 hours.
Yeah. Well, for them, that is a 10-hour. That was a quick drive.
Funnel cake fries are ready.
Yeah, folks in the Midwest don't mind longer drives.
No.
Us East Coast people, anything longer than 4 is, we have to plan everything out. Texas is like, oh, it's 8? No big deal.
Calliope. In my head, I was bragging about Calliope on her double, and I think I clouded her without even saying anything.
Your powers are strong.
My power is way too strong today. Kids, you don't want me watching you today. Just distract me. Blair, look the other way. Nolan is having a recovery in the back half of his game over here. Big recovery after that big 4, my clouding.
Yes. Mr. Randisi is making a run late, as they say.
So, Brenda, I want to comment on this. I see Brenda's comment in the... Michael, I'm ignoring your how about the Ducks comment. Move on. But, Brenda, we would love to come to the West Coast more. We live on the West Coast. We live in Utah. So anytime that our flights are less than an hour, that is fantastic. But here's the really tricky part. So this bowling center that we're in, you only see about 10 lanes, but there's 64 lanes in this bowling center.
Mm-hmm.
And this event sold out in about 10 minutes or less.
Mm-hmm.
So if we get into smaller bowling centers, it sells out in 1 minute or less, which is not, it's great because, selling out is fantastic and we love how much demand there is. However, we don't love how many bowlers that it locks out of the competition.
Correct.
So, with all that being said, we're going to Las Vegas in February. We always are looking for big centers in the West Coast that are willing to have it. We have talked to some other centers. Sometimes we've tried to go to other centers, but the West Coast is just tricky. There's a lot of small centers, and it's just expensive to travel there for the East Coast people. So there's just a lot that goes into it.
Yep.
But I hear you, Brenda. The other thing that happens that people may not know that aren't in these areas is in the Midwest, Ohio, Michigan, Illinois, there's a season where they're high school bowling and they cannot bowl anything else.
Correct.
So trying to get them to travel during that time is very tricky. But anyway.
There is a lot that goes into the logistics of scheduling and, where are the bowlers, where can they compete?
Yeah.
It does require, then, you have to look at schedule planning on what other tournaments are in the area at the same time.
100%, yeah.
Now, one of the cool things that happened this weekend is that, we flew in through New Orleans and Blair and Leanne and Deb ran into some collegiate bowlers.
Yeah.
That are, former SYC folks. And,
there's a college tournament in New Orleans.
Yep.
So we even got to go check out the practice session. They're competing today, but we'll be here. So unfortunately, we can't go watch the competition.
Nope.
But it's pretty fun.
It is fun.
Never know who you'll see. All right, Mike, we're going to take a short break, and you're going to go take some scores.
Yes.
And I'm going to find a special guest.
Nice.
And or you might come back.
That could happen.
Yeah. So, but Norm Duke will be here later today. So
Yes.
we will be right back. All right, welcome back. Mike, I just got a ticket to the Nebraska game for next year.
Nice.
Literally. I'm like, sweet, I'm in.
Very nice.
We're planning ahead. We got some U15 boys here with us this game. We're going to be watching Cross Rodriguez. I'm sorry, wait. Is that right? That was Connor, right? No, Cooper.
Cooper.
What is happening? Dominic is over there, right?
Yes, Dominic's to our left.
Okay, so to our left is the Dominic pair. Dominic DiLorenzo, Kale Cooper, Camden Morris, Trent Bombs, and Andrew Pushowitz.
Okay.
And then 61 and 62, but not 7 and 8, is Cross Rodriguez, Bo Shaw, David James Lee Upham, Carter Santangelo, Caden Sylvester, Jack Harper, and Christopher Wagner. Chris Wagner is an SYC champion. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Chris Wagner is going to be to the right. I went one too far. Christopher Wagner is up on lane 9. He is an SYC champion. And then he is also bowling with Jace DeSalvo, Abe Monosmith, Malechi Wilson, CJ Quimbergi, and Sydney Mulvaney. And I apologize for all the mispronunciations of names. Apologies.
But we definitely get to see a different division. We went from U12 to U15.
Yeah, and I was chatting with one of the dads of a U12 girl, and he agreed that the first game is not a true representation of the energy in the U12 division.
No.
He goes, we have Skittles. The Skittles will hit about game 5.
Yes, right around, game 3, 4, 5, U12 comes alive.
Yeah.
And then they get lunch, and then they come back and they carry energy through the rest of the day.
Yes. Great shot.
Wow.
A lot of these kids are bowling the San Antonio, Texas youth event. That was the SATX, is that jersey you just saw? It's a new youth event that Jody Mann and Rachel Toney put on.
Very nice.
Yep, they came to SYCs. They've taken their children, Katie and Henry, to a bunch of youth events, and they said, we need one in San Antonio. So
Very nice.
they made one.
Well, I've always said that the San Antonio market needed more in regards to the junior program, especially, at this kind of level.
Yeah.
And the centers are coming around. There are more centers now that are offering the sport patterns for kids to practice on, developmental leagues. There's a strong military community there, and some of the bases are actually starting to embrace it as well. So it's a good thing. San Antonio is going to be a hot market.
I agree.
I mean, the Dallas-Fort Worth market with, Ballard Bowling Academy and everything else that's going on in the Dallas-Fort Worth market is awesome.
Yeah.
But San Antonio, and then also there's a decent growing Houston market. So it's good that we're seeing at this level, U15 and U12, a nice uptick in competitive youth bowling.
Yep. I'm trying to find. Let's see if I have it. I found it a week ago. I'm not sure if it's in this backpack though. Yes. Look at what I have. I have an autograph card.
Oh, very
by
nice.
The one and only Trenton. He's bowling on lane 6. Keep it in my backpack. Look how cool he has, like flames coming off of him.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Well, I do like how some of our bowlers have embraced social media. was talking to one of the bowlers this morning. He made a TikTok out of part of his practice session yesterday.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah, social media. These kids know it. They live it. They breathe it.
and then we haven't talked yet about the evolution program.
True.
But one of the things that the evolution program does is it actually provides you guidance on how to develop a social media presence. What content is and how content should be, and because there's lots of content out there that's not healthy, but the evolution program in regards to development of you as a person, as a bowler, making friends, traveling. Every month we have a different theme in regards to um, the bowling world, everything that has to do with the bowling world, change, moving up to a new level. All those things that we face as bowlers, we talk about it, and there's a variety of coaches that give their perspectives, and each of us have a different perspective on how we see and how we look at stuff. And then the other part, the evolution program is free, and it is not a Storm Bowling Ball product. It is for youth bowlers who want to develop. We're not brand specific. Now, granted, Storm is the backbone, and,
Sure.
and we do a monthly Zoom call where we bring in a top flight pro to pretty much, it's like an Ask Me Anything.
Yep.
We had Darren Tang last month, and he was amazing. He really gave some great advice. So the evolution program is absolutely free, and it's just content that you can use if you want to develop as a bowler, and social media and schoolwork and study habits. Parents are involved as well. We actively want the parents involved in the program so that you keep track of what's going on.
Yeah, that you get an email too. It's not just your kids. Because sometimes what happens is if the email goes to the kids' email,
Yeah.
you might not hear about it. So we send it to you too.
Yep. And just it's a great program to help develop bowlers. And then the reason why you see such strong talent here in U15 and in U12 on the boys' side is because there are now college scholarships available for boys. 6-7 years ago, they were just starting to grow, and now there are hundreds of scholarships for boys. Now, I'm older, so back when I bowled, there weren't any unless it was a strong club that had already been developed, like a Wichita State or a Nebraska.
Sure. Yeah.
But other than that, we were just club. We had to, sell candy and raffle bowling balls to put a team out. Now there are actually recognized programs for some of the colleges on the boys' side, and that includes room, board, tuition, the whole 9 yards. So bowling in college on the boys' side is now a reality, and that's why I think we're seeing a growth in U12 and U15 and U18.
Yeah, speaking of college, we got Mr. Paul Upton watching. Charlie, of course, we've been watching him and his sister bowl since they were little ones. And Charlie just announced that he's coming over to the States. He lives in England.
Very nice.
He's going to Newman next year.
Very nice.
Yep, and we haven't seen Charlie bowled in SYC in Reno one year. Years and years ago, when he was still, I think he was either U12 or U15. Paul, you'll have to correct me. I want to say he was U12. He was a little guy, but and then Millie bowled that event too, in between shopping with her aunt and mom. So, so you find some outlet malls. I feel it.
That's nice.
But it'll be great to have Charlie over here. He's a big Storm fan. So yeah, lots of college opportunities for all these kids. If you want to go and bowl in college, you can do it.
Yo, nice spare.
Very nice.
2,
spare.
4, 8, 10. Nicely
I
done.
believe that was Caden Sylvester. Yep, that was Caden.
Yep. It's great spare.
All right. Mike, I bet we have some scores. The scores look low from our viewing area, but you never know if it's just the bay that we're sitting in.
Yes.
So U18 boys, let's take a look. Ah, plus 44.
Okay.
Kellen Gagne. Elliot Gordon, plus 42. Austin Getz, plus 36. If we go down to U15 boys, the leader in the clubhouse would be Francis Poncho Johnson, who
Nice.
just picked up his first SYC title last month at the Coastal Classic. He's plus 49. Jackson Dice, plus 46. And there's a tie in the third position at the moment. Miles Gordon and Ridgely Potter Jr., plus 37. So, yeah, there is some. Well, let's look. So, there are only 6 young men in the U15 boys that are plus. So I'd say the short pattern's challenging.
Yep.
My expert assessment.
Biggest challenge on a short pattern is you see the ball hook, so you think your feet need to be to the left so you can throw it to the right. And in a lot of situations, especially on these flatter patterns, sport shots, even though it's a short pattern, and even though you see your ball hook, your feet need to be further to the right. Our friend Matt McNeil did a video recently on where to put your feet. I don't know if it's been out yet. It's going to be part of the Evolution series. And we specifically talked about where to stand on the approach because the angle through the first half of the lane dictates a lot about how well your ball is going to react in the back half of the lane. So it's one of the things I talk to my junior bowlers all the time about is get your feet over, get your feet over, get your feet over. And,
Yeah.
you know, but, you know, it's counterintuitive in a way because you think, well, but the lane's hooking. Why should I be standing further right? But if you get your ball down the lane to the right spot, it gives you a chance to strike.
For sure.
So it's kind of cool.
Sir Dominic DiLorenzo here. He had the front 4.
Nice.
Spare, please. Thank you.
Nice.
And a spare.
No black.
I was on lane 6. Yeah, teaching the kids to play up the boards on the short pattern can be a little tricky. Surface is a factor too. Getting enough surface and not too much surface on your bowling equipment.
Yep. And our resident pro this weekend, Mr. Norm Duke, part of his Q&A on Friday was about surface, how to use it. If you're bowling on shorter patterns or you're using urethane, you have to have surface if you want to be competitive these days.
100%.
Yeah, it's surface back in the day. Everybody thought, well, it just made the ball hook more. Well, the name of the game now is control of your ball motion, and especially now, surface can save you and give you a ball reaction that's manageable. Whereas, you know, if it's shiny, it might overskid. Then when it hits the friction, it overhooks. So adding, you know, 1,000 grit or 500 grit or something to your bowling ball absolutely will give you control of the lane.
Mr. Bo Shaw here. He is from Fort Worth, Texas. Benbrook, Texas, to be exact. Bowls at City View. 12 years old. He got first place in his very first tournament that he ever bowled in last July. And he won a doubles tournament last week.
Nice.
He likes video games. He plays Rocket League, Fortnite. You know, you put a headset on and everyone thinks like, oh, they must have a walkie to the front desk.
Yes.
We have a walkie to the outside of the building.
Yes. We're the walkie to the world.
Yes, and Bo wants to say hello to his mom, his sister, Tutu, and friends. back home, and Hayden and Jackson and Paul. And Stephanie Alexander's watching. Good morning.
Hi, Stephanie Alexander.
Oh, and famous Papa. Wait. No. Infamous Papa Starkey in the chat. Papa Frank. He says he wishes he could have come. We wish we were here too, Papa.
Yeah.
Saw the famous Nana.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Stephanie is traveling with Keegan somewhere. I don't know if Keegan's got to have a tournament this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
It is heavy into collegiate bowling season.
Yeah, that season is well underway.
Yeah.
I get updates all the time from our former SYC bowlers that are bowling in college now. So when I have some free time, I get to watch a lot of live streams from the MEAC and
There's a lot.
from the
There's
center.
a lot of tournaments every weekend. Trying to find them all.
Yep. See if they got that respot called in.
They're working on it.
Okay. They will get that taken care of momentarily.
Yes.
So the scoring pace. Wow, the guys on 3 and 4 rocket. There's a 200.
Huh. All right, 3 and 4. Let's take a look. So doing my handy dandy math, which I'm so good at, anyone that knows me. So this is 7 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
I go down. That's 5 and 6. Where are we going? 1 and 2? No, 3 and 4. And what letter was it?
A.
Francis Johnson. That would be Poncho.
Poncho.
Poncho is continuing his. He's like, I'm gonna go and lead this real quick, and then you guys can follow.
Well, Poncho been knocking on the door for quite a while. Last year, he took home medals.
Yeah.
But never took home the big prize until Coastal, the last tournament. And he found one pair at Coastal to his liking, where he had a 279 and a 288. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like he averaged, what, 252 or something on the end pair there.
Right, I don't want to black cloud anybody on lane 9, and we did it anyway.
Here we go, and here we go.
I didn't mention a name or anything.
Black cloud, courtesy of Mike Sinek.
I apologize, CJ.
I was thinking it, though. I contributed to that black cloud. CJ has he still has a solid game going.
Yes. But we're
192 in the 9th.
We want them to strike a lot. We want all the bowlers to strike a lot. We do not discriminate.
Nope. We just cloud. I like Cole's game over here now. Or I apologize. It might be Kale. Is it Kale?
I think it's Kale.
Kale's game. It is Kale.
Yes.
I love it. I think as he gets older, he'll work into this arm swing he's got. But, man, how solid is that?
That is a 100% waiting for the growth spurt right there, because when he gets longer arms, longer legs, and a little more bulk, he is going to be a monster.
Right? See where Kip. I'm going to guess he's from Texas, judging by
the jersey.
His jersey.
Yes. But I like his demeanor also. He sees it.
Well, go figure. He is from Allen, Michigan. He bowled at that. That's a SYC Fort Worth jersey.
Oh, okay.
But, all right, and he covers that spare. He's from, Allen, Michigan. Bowls at LNJ Lanes in Litchfield, Michigan.
Okay.
First SYC, I think, was Texas.
Okay.
He qualified for 2024 Junior Golds.
Nice.
So, oh, here we go. Guess who the biggest inspiration on the PBA Tour was for him? Which player? And maybe we'll watch him again. But I think when you hear this, you'll go,
EJ Tech.
cool. No.
Tommy Jones.
No. Look at how he bowls.
Andrew Anderson?
No, not for Michigan. I'm throwing you off because just watch his bowling.
And the follow through is Chris Prather-like.
It is Chris Prather-like, but it's not Chris Prather. Who has a really athletic form and pretty high backswing, but just really athletic. Stocky. Young. Took him a very long time to win a title.
Wow. Kyle Sherman? Not stocky.
AJ Johnson.
Oh, AJ. Oh, my God. One of the most fit bowlers on tour.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, check this out and tell me that he doesn't watch AJ Johnson bowl.
He watches AJ Johnson.
Yeah.
Nice shot, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. AJ Johnson is one of the most fit individuals you're ever going to meet.
Yeah.
He is.
Played football, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure pretty competitive football in high school.
He's one of those bowlers that's 110% at the bottom of the swing every time.
Oh, almost got a backdoor on lane 8.
Yeah.
Our nutritionist has arrived. Coach Pat is here.
Oh.
Patricia Ratliff.
Very nice. Hi, Pat.
Nutritionist. Look
Yes.
at my nutrition today is biscotti, courtesy of Deb Sinek. Homemade.
Yep.
It's delicious.
Pat also makes an amazing Chick-fil-A style coleslaw that I've been eating recently.
Nice.
I was upset when Chick-fil-A got rid of their recipe, and Pat goes, "Well, I can make that." And so she made me some coleslaw. I'm like, "Oh, it's amazing." But she is the cookie lady for the eastern region of the PBA, and she's going to burn her oven out because we're hosting back-to-back regionals at my bowling center the next 2 weekends. So
That's amazing.
yeah, no, Pat's awesome. Pat and her husband Gary support bowling, and support the Eastern region. Pat brings cookies for the Monday Junior program, so she's awesome.
Great shot for a double there. David is on 279 pace. That wouldn't hurt him.
Nope. Nice. 180, 212. Now we're seeing the score starting to come.
Okay. They're slowly popping in.
We'll say the pattern has settled down a little bit, and the bowlers are starting to see it.
Yeah. And probably woken up a little bit.
How about that?
Game 1 is a struggle. You're either on or off.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
It's tough. This is an early start for a lot of the kids. 9 a.m. start. Could be 8 a.m. if you're on the East Coast. You lost an hour. I'm sorry. No, 10 a.m. on the East Coast. West Coast or the struggle.
Yes.
Avery Dumigan. It was early for Avery. California time. Got a shout out for Jackson. Okay, let's see what David does here. Might have just jinxed him. Well, that is Sylvester. That's a 4-bagger.
That is on point.
David here on lane 8. He's on a 4-bagger. This could be 5 for him. And here we go. Sorry, David. That was my fault. Take full blame.
Go boy.
I don't want to shoot that spare either, but he covered it perfectly.
So we had a couple of first-time bowlers. We have a lot of first-time bowlers this weekend, but I was talking to a couple of them this morning, and they're on their high school teams, which I think is really awesome. And this is the next level for them. Is tournaments like this.
Yeah. Yes, it's a good get your feet wet type of tournament because if you want to go bowl junior gold, this is a stepping stone, right? Like you conquer your youth leagues, go out bowl some local events, team. Maybe there's some handicap involved. Then you start bowling more scratch events. You bowl your local youth series, and then go to some regional events, and that's what we classify a little bit as a regional event. We go to as many regions as we possibly can. But Storm sponsors like so many tournaments and so many youth tours.
Yep.
We try to support the youth as much as possible. Oh, yeah, I could have gotten cookies. It's your fault I didn't get any. It's all right. Thank you, nutritionist Pat. I'll wait for my nutrition next year, 2025.
Yes, we have, I think, 6 events that Deb and I will be attending next year, so there'll be plenty of opportunities.
Yes.
I'll even fly with cookies.
Excellent.
So.
Well, I hope if we attend Bowl Expo, maybe we can meet Coach Pat.
Yes.
Our nutritionist.
Yes.
He is hysterical. Calling our favorite cookie maker nutritionist.
That is nutrition.
It is, right?
It is.
Yeah.
All natural ingredients.
You're addicting.
Nice shot.
Man, what a shot.
Yes, sir.
I just love his last name, Sylvester.
Yep.
Sounds like after he gets done bowling, he's going to go and solve some crime.
There comes our guy on lane 6.
Mr. Kale, I'm loving it.
That is a solid finish, ladies and
So
gentlemen. Right there.
good.
Yep.
He's laughing it off. He got it a little right at target, but you got 9 out of it.
Yep. Pretty good.
Rough break for Trenton over there. Oh, and I think it just reset on him. It did. He left the 9 pin in.
Oh, nice.
We had a special event yesterday too. We had a matchmaker, our salesman Zach Trevino in the area.
Yep.
He popped in, and the kids got to test out some equipment. Did you see any of the balls going down the lane?
Yes, I did.
What looked the best for the kids?
Very popular was the Attention Star S2, Sequence 2.
That's what I found to be very popular as well for the kids. Go ahead.
That was a lot of the first request was the Attention Star S2.
Yeah.
And that releases next Friday. Also, the 900 Global Origin, which also releases on Friday, which has a totally unique core, brand new design, new concept in regards to ball roll, etc. And then the Road Warrior was also kind of popular later in the block. When the lanes are broken down, the kids were like, well, this will be perfect for, to see this. And but then we also had the Summit Ascent and the Phase AI, which is a really good bowling ball. Sublime Focus got a lot of play as well. So these kids are very knowledgeable, and we're asking some really good questions and got a chance to really test out some stuff. So
I had a bowler tell me too at the very end of the day, which we did not re-oil for this matchmaker. The very end of the day, the Ion Max was her favorite ball, and I told her, I go, well, if it's your favorite ball on this, it is really your favorite ball because there's not very much oil left out there. No. But she was looking for something that hooked more.
Yep.
And she said she saw what she liked out of that one. She was kind of between that and the Sublime Focus.
Okay.
So, yeah. Lots of great products in the lineup right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we almost for what's been released over the last 2 or 3 months, you can rebuild almost your entire arsenal.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that I think Storm Products does the best is differentiation in regards to ball motion, surfaces, where you can play with what. And, yes, we all each have our own favorites here and there that we keep in the bag for a longer period of time. But with the full range of product that's come out, you can rebuild 2 bags.
Agreed. Caden here. We jinxed him a little bit, but you know what? It's not a split, so I'm not taking that black cloud.
Nope. You're fine. I got to throw the Origin League for the first time this past Wednesday, and
Was it great?
very impressed. It took a game for me to figure out what the ball wanted. One of the advantages to the Origin is the new core design. The ball keeps continuing; it keeps going around the corner, which is usually asymmetric balls have a tendency to go a little forward off at the end of the roll. And in this case, it didn't. So it took me a game to kind of figure out the angles that the ball was asking for. And then 230 the second game and front 8 the third game. And I adapted to it. I found out what it was asking for, and it rolled really well. And the hitting power was really good. I think I left a total of 2 corner pins the entire night, which is an unusual occurrence.
Yeah.
So I really liked how it got through the pins.
Eli says the bowlers loved the Origin yesterday. Yes, they did.
And thank you, Eli, for helping us yesterday. That was a big assist.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate the help.
Yep.
The kids like to change balls a lot quicker.
Yes, they do. Yeah, adult matchmakers, they'll stay with one ball for like 20 minutes, and the kids are like 5 shots, and okay, let me try this next.
Yeah.
All right, we're about to have a 200 game on lane 5.
Let's go.
Let's do that.
He started really strong, so I'm glad he finished this game out, and he did.
Nice. 208, we'll
Very
take
nice.
it. And then coming up on lane 7, we got a 4-bagger that we're rolling.
The lanes are starting
to
hook a little bit.
Yes.
Gotta find those sections of hold.
Mm-hmm.
You will be able to see Poncho, I believe, to the right this game. Oh, maybe not. He might be off camera.
I think he's on 11 and 12.
Bowler here, Cross Rodriguez.
For the 6-bagger. Okay.
I liked it. It looked like he took a step left, though. I liked that.
Yep.
Might just be his eye angle might be too far right.
Yep. Then Mr. Sylvester on lane 8. Wow.
I still think he's going to go out and solve crime after today.
That qualifies a black cloud because I called his name before he left the solid 9.
No, it's he might think so. It's gonna come back for you. He's from Palm Bay, Florida.
Nice.
He made it to junior gold. That's one of his accomplishments.
Nice.
Oh, he's not solving crime, but he's riding four-wheelers and dirt bikes.
Nice.
Ooh. Oh, narrowly spares that. All right, take a breath, Caden. Dad says he makes for good commentary. Yeah, he does. Let's see here. Let's see what he finishes with.
Don't hit your side of the pins. It's fine. Still, it's a great game.
Really great.
That's a great game.
Bo used the whole lane there to spare his.
Yes. Well, there's pockets on both sides of the pin, so, you know. All right.
Bo taking a little extra breath.
All right. Finished out the game.
And this is David. David now has what can David shoot? I got a pin telling me please wait. Oh wow, David is still. Oh, I don't want to say it. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. I'm not jinxing him.
Black Cloud ready. And an 8-pin.
I'm not taking credit because I was. Oh, I can't. I still can't say it because I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say it. He is clean through 9 frames.
Yes.
So, let's finish this. Oh no, take your time. Take your time.
Oh, Black Cloud on
I totally
Meredith right
clouded.
there. 250.
250.
Her fault.
That is my fault. All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. All right, we are back, and I am joined by the Duke.
The Duke.
The Duke.
How
the
are you,
Duke.
Blair?
Norm, Duke, Hall of Famer. I don't know what happened here.
Yeah, I'm kind of tied up.
Yeah,
We
you got
got cords.
tangled. Norm,
Yes.
you did a fantastic Q&A yesterday with these great youth athletes.
They had great questions, by the way. Some of them I was afraid to answer.
You're like, I don't know if I should tell you this.
Yeah.
But the one thing is you could give them all the competitive advantages that they want because you're not bowling anymore.
No, I'm not bowling anymore. That's right.
You feel good about this, watching the youth of today?
I feel good about being retired, Blair. And the reason is because, oh, my God, these people are so good.
Yeah.
They are just so good. They've had so much coaching. They've had so much opportunity to get out on the lanes and get good. All of these tournaments have practice sessions that are extended and matchmaker sessions, and they can just get they get so much more than what we had access to.
And they have this little thing called YouTube. That
Yeah, they
just naturally.
They can pull up Tommy Jones in a heartbeat, can't they? Isn't that awesome?
I mean, it's just amazing. So, and we're watching some of the U15 boys. The pair in front of us has, let's see who this is. This is Mr. Riley Freeman. We also have...
Smacking it out. There you go, Riley.
He's loving life.
I just gave him a little high five luck, and I said, "You feel that luck going in there?" And he looks at me like, "No."
Well, it was lucky.
I know.
And then we have Alejandro Castaneda.
I played miniature golf with him last night.
You did? He was part of your trio.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
He beat me bad.
A lot of kids beat you bad.
Yes, they
I
did.
hate to tell you.
We were in the dark.
Yeah.
Nice shot right there. I tell you what.
That is Caden Curry. On this pair, we also have Slade Cox, Jackson Dukes, and Anthony Chavez.
I love it that, the kids, they're enjoying it, and they're doing their best. Gosh darn it, they're trying their best, but the parents in the back, oh my God, they're just, I can't even imagine what my mom and my wife went through.
Right? Yeah, the stress and because you want your child, this is what they love to do.
Right. And when I was on tour, everybody didn't have their mother sitting right behind them watching. So you didn't really get the full effect. When you see the moms, they live it.
They do.
Yeah.
Riley's got a good game here. He's throwing the Ion Max.
He's also smacking it off when he strikes, too. I like that. He's got the post-shot routine down. Go, Riley. This is a great pitch here.
Oh.
Keep in mind, they just came from the high end down to the low end here, so they're still trying to get a feel for the difference.
So the short pattern is right in front of you that they are bowling on today. Well, or that's what it started with, right? Because we all know that lane graphs look like that for about 2.5 minutes, right? maybe there. Maybe not even that much.
Not even that. With the rev rate that these kids have, you're right. It goes quicker.
Yeah. What was now? I know your answer because you've said this in a couple Q&As because everyone always asks you about, what's your favorite pattern, what's your favorite ball, and
right.
you don't love to play favorites. But was there a type of pattern that you just got so jazzed up about to go bowl?
No, zero. I had zero thought about the pattern. I never looked at it on the wall. If I did, it was just because I thought it to be funny. Brian Voss pulled the pattern off the wall one day when I was struggling. This is the first time I really saw it. I said, "Man, I'm struggling here. What is this?" He goes, "Oh, Norm, watch." He pulled it off the wall and turned it back, upside down.
Yeah.
And then he shined where the light went through the page, and then the pattern just jumped at me. And he said, "See, this looks like a bowl. The other one looks like a crown." And when he flipped it to where I was looking through the page, it absolutely looked perfect. But then when he turned it back around, I was just as confused. So Blair, I said, I ain't got no time for that. That's just.
I'm just gonna bowl.
Hey, look, let my ball be my guide. Now, what I did do always is I knew the pattern length.
Okay.
And that just gave me a general consensus.
I've heard more kids, more and more, they follow that, right? Length and volume. just kind of try to dictate which bowling ball they might be using, how much surface they might put on said bowling ball.
And that's a good way to go about it, I think, because Blair, you got so many differences between every bowling center in the world that every pattern's going to play a little different. If you just know the distance, and then you can add to that, of course, the volume. That tells you at least how big of a ball you are allowed to start with, right? And then you can narrow it down pretty good, and then from there you just say, well, how do I ball down from here?
Right.
Do I ball down from here? Do I just pick up my speed throughout the day and move a little bit, or do I just mother may I and jump in there and throw it over the cap, right? You can make all those determinations as you're bowling, and the pattern doesn't help you from when you start. So just a couple of things to give you a little bit of general information, but that little side-to-side pattern, it'll play different everywhere you go. Trust me. Topography alone will cause that. Look,
Trying
Blair.
to pull up the stat.
Got people with my jerseys on over here.
I loved. Someone had a canvas photo of you yesterday, of him and you to sign. They're getting creative.
I love it too.
Yeah.
I'm the luckiest guy.
So I was trying to look up. We got Trevor Mason to the right here. He's on lane 10. He's from Texas. His family drive everywhere. He was homeschooled. He bowls as much as he can. All he wants to do is bowl. And he has won 6 SYC titles already.
6.
Yeah. And he's still in U12. By the way.
Okay.
By the way.
Is that why he's on the banner in the back?
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yep.
got that.
He is a multi-champion. But I just, we were talking earlier about the parents, and we see them cheering the kids on and, going through all of the ups and downs of the event.
Yeah.
But they also, how much it takes to get them to events and choosing whether they drive or fly. Trevor has a little sister that comes along.
Yeah.
Grandma comes along to watch the little sister.
Right.
So there's just...
And we're right in the middle of this inflation.
Oh,
So
my goodness.
It hasn't gotten any cheaper,
Oh.
over the course of the last year and a half.
No, sir, it has not.
Yeah, and they're feeling it.
Yeah. But they still are doing it. They're still supporting these kids, and we're thankful to all of them for making the effort to come.
And they love the non-reactive bowling balls because they don't need to buy near as many of them.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Uh-oh.
Maybe a little errant shot there. It's never happened to you, right?
Well, it's stuck on his thumb.
Oh,
And we
no.
can tell that.
But not
So
to
many
mention-
of the kids, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
So many of the kids are growing at the rate that you cannot possibly keep up with the finger holds.
Yes.
And so when they start hanging up in it, you got to go down there and help them out because they're just growing out of their bowling ball.
You are not wrong. They grow out of their pants. They grow out of their everything.
I know.
Like it's especially the U12, U15
Right.
area. Like we'll sometimes see where a kid's pants are an inch too short, and the mom will say, "These are brand new pants."
Right.
This happened.
So what they do,
This happened overnight.
what they need to do is just leave the pants. So when you graduate from under 13 to over, you leave your pants for the next group coming
Yeah,
in.
here you go.
I like it.
Hand-me-downs.
All
Yeah.
right.
I mean, it's crazy though. They do. And what I was going to say was some of these kids that maybe haven't bowled a big event in a while. This is a lot of games. They practiced yesterday. Some of them were hanging out with us at the Matchmaker.
And they're swelling up.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a little
Now-
warmer here. If they were coming from somewhere colder.
And the two-handers haven't locked up in the thumb yet. They're good to go.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's got to be such an advantage because when I was growing up, there's no way at this age that we had a handle on our grip, right? So if we bowled a long time, which I did, I bowled a lot, we would bleed. It wasn't blister. Blister was early. And then you get another blister, it'd be a callus. You'd slip the callus. Now, it usually take 2 weeks for that to heal minimum. Well, we'd go bowling the next day and just, bite a rag. It wasn't a fair thing. When I see Belmo now, I think you missed out on all of that pain. Nice shot right there.
I'm letting the chat know if they have any questions for you. They can throw them at you. Yeah, there's so many things that can happen, right? Like my skin is so dry right now. My thumb is beat up, and I'm not even bowling. So I can't imagine what the kids are going through. Although, here's Mr. Miles Gordon, another one to watch. Norm, watch this young man. Him and his brother Elliot.
Oh man, he's just playing that in to out thing too. When you got two hands and you're going straight, you got to be able to go back underneath it. It's almost like you want to turn it, but no, you get it back underneath it. And
it's got 4 in a row, too.
That was pretty cool there. We knew he missed inside, right?
Yeah.
But he saved it because he went underneath it. That was awesome.
Miles also has 6 SYC titles.
Yeah, there you go.
And Miles and Elliot were just featured in Sports Illustrated for kids for their bowling achievements.
In Sports Illustrated?
Yeah, for
Holy
kids.
cow.
I'll show you the little article on the break, but yeah, their mom shared it on. There was a little feature on them. The two brothers. It's a great picture too.
So
yeah.
they like the last time I seen Sports Illustrated with the bowlers Belmo. Before that, I think it was Voss. So
right.
it's
Well,
not
this
like
is the kids version, at
love
least.
It. All right, good.
So they haven't grown into Sports Illustrated
I'm just
yet.
thinking to myself, good God, that was tough. It was tough to penetrate.
Yeah.
I never even got close.
These kids are running laps around everyone, Norm. Unfortunately, they're running laps around us.
Yes, they are. And that's good for us.
It is good. It's good for bowling, for sure.
All right, Alejandro, let's see if you got it going. He moved in. Alejandro's struggling here because he went 3-6-10 out of the gate, and that kind of confused him, and he just hasn't figured it out yet, right?
Yeah.
I've been there. Nice shot right there. On the right lane. Trevor Mason, he's won 6 times. He's made adjustments. Finally got the strike on the left lane, looking for the double now. Flat 10.
Yeah.
They're not used to leaving flat 10s either.
Nope.
That's got to hurt. That's like a solid 9 for me, You never do it, but when it happens, you're like, what happened?
Have you ever attempted the two-handed method?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like Walter Ray, but not near to the extent.
Okay.
He kept going with it. Of course, he puts it into play occasionally now. I went home and I tried it, and boy, I could throw the ball like no tomorrow with 2 hands. Everybody can. But I just couldn't get the ball speed. And I knew the only time I would be doing that is when it got really easy to throw it over the gutter cap. I couldn't get it over the cap. So I said, well, I'm still trapped, even though it looks good.
Yeah.
It's got to be perfect timing for me. Like, there's got to be a lot of oil. There was a whole lot of things I needed.
Yeah.
And besides that, I was at the age that for me to reinvent myself, I just was not interested in that.
Yeah. Yeah, because Walter really did take it, and now, like you said, puts it in competition. That was the first time I saw it. It was a little shocking. I'm like, whoa, all right, this is where we're at. I thought he was joking around, and then he kept going. I'm like,
oh no,
this is not a joke.
Pulled 300 right next to me in a senior event one time, and I thought, yeah, like you said, there's what we're into.
Yeah.
But Walter is a little different than me. He loves to bowl.
Yeah.
I love bowling like no tomorrow. But Walter still loves to bowl, and he was going to do it for the rest of his life, and he knew it. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I knew that there was a retirement age for me, and it was coming up.
Well, we appreciate now you can bring your knowledge to the kids and work events.
And
you
they don't have to watch
events.
me throw with 2 hands. They'd be feeling sorry for me, wouldn't they?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I do.
That's fair.
See, he was working on his thumb. Remember, he hung in the ball.
That
and maybe he went and got another thumb and screwed it in the ball, and now he's dropping it.
Yeah.
Because he's wide.
Or he's trying to, it is a little tight, and he's not putting it in all the way.
Right. A lot of kids do that. They just say, well, I'll just use half my thumb, and then they'll drop it for a while, of course. Yeah. Alejandro, let's see if that looks good. You just need more speed on that, I think. So if I was down there helping Alejandro right now, I would say, look, we need to stay behind the ball longer so that when you follow through, you actually get speed out of it. Right now, he is collapsing and turning a little bit early, and so if he follows through, he kind of misses the ball a little bit and catches nothing but the fingers. And so he's got spin rate, but he doesn't have ball speed. If he gets behind it and follows through, he'll have both.
Norm, we have a question here.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna ask it, okay? But you might have some
Good shot.
historical references to add to it. But Michael wants to know: there are so many bowling balls being released on a monthly basis. It seems that everyone raves about a new release, but after a short time, the bowler isn't using the ball anymore. Do you believe it's the lifespan of a ball with cover wears out faster these days?
Yes. When I say wears out, it doesn't wear out, no.
Yeah, I think the cover stock
but-
technology is better than ever, right?
Well, the thing is, you get to a certain point. Now, this is my belief. Storm didn't tell me this or anything, but I've made bowling balls with
Sure.
the weapons and Advantage series. You get to a certain point where the bowling ball cracks because it gets soft enough that it'll just move with differences in temperatures, right? And so you got to stay, as a manufacturer, you got to stay underneath that line where it'll crack, no matter what. And then you have to get the oil to absorb in the bowling ball, or it doesn't hook as much. And so they have pressed that line to the point where the bowling balls are sucking up so much oil that they change. And now sometimes you don't like them until they change. And sometimes you love them until they change, and then you're like, well, I got to relearn this ball or toss it or something, right? So the absorption rate is way, way up there as well. Now that it's like if you're in golf and you use a 4-iron and your grooves go away after a couple of rounds, well, then you have to get a new 4-iron.
Right.
Well, that may be kind of where we are right now, is that after a ball gets so much oil in it, you either get the oil out, or if you want to get it to hook as much as it once did, you sand it for a while, and then you have to get a fresh shell and buy a new one.
Yeah, and I think just working at Storm and seeing the evolution of all of the equipment, technology, all the manufacturers are pushing technology as far as we can push it within the limits of the rules, which is what every industry, golf, swimming.
That's our job. That's our job, by the way, right? To push the limits.
100%. But I'll watch other sports. Like, I don't know if you saw this a few years ago, but there was a big controversy with swim caps in swimming because the cap is really important for a swimmer, and the amount of water that it can deflect and the sleekness, like the speed. Because if you think, Michael Phelps beating someone else is 0.01 second, right? Yeah. So there was a controversy with that,
like bike helmets and tires, even
shoes
on your bicycles. Yeah, every single sport will do it, and it's our job. That's what we do. Is we say, look, let's make it easier for our competitors, safer.
Right.
In most cases, we're talking about the bicycle helmets, and hey, look, technology is for everyone in every industry, and that's not. We made a comment a little while ago about urethane bowling balls. They don't have to bowl one. They don't have to buy one.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that was the whole point of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, and also, we had that matchmaker yesterday, and these kids, I think the other thing to think of, Michael, is how much the bowlers that you're talking to bowl, right? Because
Good shot.
For me, where I'm at, I bowl 3 games of league a week, and I go home, and
you play 8.
Yeah,
we all know that.
Exactly.
You play 8.
Thank you. Yeah. So, but my bowling equipment isn't getting that much use really on it, right? These kids, they're gonna bowl 15 games this weekend, plus the practice session yesterday. Plus, they're gonna bowl until they drop when they go home.
And they practice to get here. So you're putting 100 games on a bowling ball in a couple of weeks,
right?
And that is a lot of oil. Now,
it is.
The kids also know that if you clean them with this cleaner, and if you do this, and if you sand them,
right?
I never cleaned a bowling ball in my life. I mean, I did, but probably 5 times.
Well, and I thought what you said in the Q&A yesterday about the amount of oil.
Oh yeah.
That was on the lane early in your career,
right?
And then what? So go ahead. Can you repeat that?
Well, yeah. When I started, there was an average oil on lane about 7 mils. Okay. And of course, they sprayed it out of a spray bottle. Sometimes they'd use an applicator, but most of the time it was a spray gun. We called it the bug sprayer, right? 7 mils per lane. Now it's average probably around 34 mils. It's put on the lane with a machine that can absolutely hit what it's looking at. That machine is, they're great. Those machines do exactly what you ask them to. It's topography that makes all of these lanes different. It is not how much oil is going on each board. They've got it down to that. But they both 6 games, they had to re-oil. They're putting 7 times the oil that we used to, and they're re-oiling after 6 frames because they can't.
Right.
They run out of room.
Yeah.
That is because the bowling balls are so good and they absorb so much oil that the breakdown is that much quicker. Where we used to start with a plastic ball and we would play 8.
Yeah,
right?
thank you.
And we would finish with a white dot or a blue dot, and we would be playing 28.
Yep.
Well, now you start at 8, and you're playing 28 by the 3rd game.
Yeah, easily.
And I do know this. It was the most unbelievable transformation. Every time I bowled, when I right about the time I retired, I would start usually right at 12 or 13, and after 3 games, I was inside of 25. And that is somebody without the rev rate of a Belmo. And I just went, this is out of hand. You know?
Yeah, and to your point, there's 27 mils.
27
Actually,
mils here.
27.9, so 28 mils out on the lane for you today. So on the short pattern.
Right. And how many games are they bowling?
5.
There you go.
Yep. Yeah. We got some more questions for you.
Sure.
Charles just wants to say congratulations on a great career.
Thank you, Charles.
Thanks for sharing your tips with Grayson and all the other kids. Cameron wants to know, what's your favorite trick shot?
The one that works. My trick shots weren't set-up shots, so I could miss 10 or 12 in a row and have a bad day. In fact, I did. So at one point, I would tell myself, well, somebody's got to get the rope. The man's not going to get it. So all of mine were hard.
Yeah.
So when I did the spinning ball and ricochet for the 710, and my favorite, I guess, was when Voss and I won the trick shot championship with, where he throws a slow ball at a 7-pin and hooks the lane, and he spreads his legs, and I come in and I throw a straight ball under his legs, right? And I'm throwing mine harder, so they get, but we put a chair in front of the 10-pin so that our competitors had to know how to throw a backup ball at the 10-pin.
Oh my God.
And so he's throwing a big hook. I'm throwing a backup ball between the chair. And I remember Rash and O'Neill were the people who were bowling. And they almost took that whole masking unit down. Chair was flying everywhere. We had a kid sitting in our chair. And Rash said, oh, no, bring the kid down. And then as soon as they brought the kid back, the chair just goes flying. You could just see the kid in there, you know. Oh, no.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I would have been there.
That was my favorite because I just knew when we built that, I said, they can't. No.
If we do this, they can't beat it.
We knew we were going to do it. There was no way we were going to miss.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. I so miss Brian Voss.
All right, let's see.
Nice shot, right? Oh, boy, Alejandro, you just got robbed.
So Avery here is a two-handed bowler in the chat, but he has a very interesting question that I think could be answered for anyone. So what do you think the best fundamental thing to learn for a younger or a bowler just starting out is? Most important fundamental.
Well, the most important fundamental is timing. Timing above everything else. Because then fundamentally you have a nucleus. You have stability there. If without timing you don't have stability in the line. So if you can't hold your follow through, if you can't post it, then you're going to be spotting everybody else. Because Belmo's going to post a shot every time. I mean, just give me. Get straight. Simo hasn't fell off on purpose in a couple of decades. So, timing, definitely. And then after that, of course, you got to get ball speed. You can't get ball speed, and you can't get this the array of equipment down the lane, which you need. The more rotation that you're going to get on that ball, the more ball speed you're going to have to get. So keep that in mind. And if you watch these kids, just like this guy that just threw it on, you know, I'm looking up there, I'm trying to get it. It says 18.37, I believe.
Yeah.
And,
I'm sorry, it's 19.
19 point, and he went Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So
that's Alejandro's older brother, Xavier.
Yeah, Xavier.
Yeah.
Xavier. if you would have missed the headbin there, how fast would it would have? You know,
Oh,
he'd be up
yeah.
to 20 mile an hour. So, nice shot right there for them. That's a stone 5.7 is what we used to call that.
Stone 5.7.
Just a stone 5.7.
We did have to the right, Miles Gordon, I believe, shot 230. Could be wrong. Cody was in the 220s. I'm sorry, to the left. And then to the right of us,
Ooh, nice shot there.
we had a great game. One of those grinded out games by Madden 194. Oh, and we had
267 right here.
267. That would be, what letter is that? E? No. Yeah, E. That should be William Lenamont. 267.
Yeah, like double spare sheet.
Awesome.
So he could be on a 80 in a row streak, and we don't even know.
Well, we'll at the end
nice
of the,
shot,
at the end
Aaron.
of the games, I try not to look at the scores on Bowl Metrics, but if you guys are following at home, you can watch the scores come in all day long, and then we'll try to give some scoring updates after our awesome scorekeepers, Deb and Mike, go through and collect all the scores.
We are on the short pattern. Blair mentioned before. She said there's 28 mils basically on the lane.
Yep.
So right now, this is when the most change should be happening, I think. Right now.
Yeah.
So you'll see some of the people that are kids, some of the kids that have been bowling bad will pick it up from right here. Just on accident, they'll pick it up. And then some of those that are on a roll, if they don't make a change, then, you know, it's a slow migration or a quick one down. You know, you gotta stay nimble.
Yeah,
And
it
then
gets
there's
ugly quick, right?
Yeah, and then there's going to be some kids that started out correctly, know exactly what to do. They're going to stay on top of it, and they're just going to kill them.
What do you think the hardest part, if there's like one thing you could call out on transition, what's the hardest part of it?
Carry down,
Carry down?
no doubt about it. And beforehand, it wasn't that bad because you know, in my career, either everybody was in urethane, which was at least, you know, 15 years. That's all we had was urethane. And then they started with reactive resin, and then for a while, we all were in reactive resin, right? So
Yeah.
at least, no matter how quick the carry down was, at least it was kind of consistent, lane to lane, pair to pair, in comparison to today. It wasn't consistent, and we didn't like
Sure.
it. But in comparison, oh my gosh. Once the urethane started dominating the A squads on our tour, one pair would have 4 urethanes, and one pair would have 2 lefties and two non-reactives. And the difference in game 2, it was immeasurable.
Yeah.
It was just unbelievable.
It has changed a little bit. Or as Carolyn, Jordan Ballard, who's here raising some funds for
Yeah.
Ballard versus the Big C, she calls it the reintroduction of urethane to the game because urethane was there.
That's all we had.
Yeah, and then you guys all were like, reactive. This is the best thing ever.
We could only use 78 hardness urethane, wasn't it? Now, when they're giving me that
Oh, yeah.
67 stuff and that 64 and all the cheaters, now, listen, I was out there. I knew exactly what was happening. It's not even close. When she says reintroduction, yeah, and the allowance of them.
Yeah,
That
for
was
sure.
a big part of it, too.
Yeah. Jackson. It's a tough break for him. We don't have any more questions in the chat. I think we are going to take a short break, though, Norm, after this game.
Okay.
Actually, right now. We're going to step away for a second, and then we will be right back. You guys can continue watching the bowl-in. We'll just take a step away.
Nice shot on that. Oh, we almost made it.
In the commentary booth, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back, and
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
I am joined by Gerald G, the G.
What's up, chat?
What's up,
What's up?
Gerald? We missed you so much in the Coastal Classic.
I know.
Everyone was like, "Where's G and where's Cool Wick?"
I know.
The kids love you guys.
Back-to-back hurricanes. Yeah, it was
I'll
rough.
tell you what.
That was rough.
What is happening with the hurricanes this year?
We're supposed to possibly have one next week.
No.
Yeah.
What?
We have one stewing up in the out there in the waters. It's a tropical storm right now, but
Aren't we past hurricane season?
almost.
Shoot.
That's Florida life.
Well, Gerald, can you believe it? This is the last SYC of the year.
I know. I had Louisiana circled.
Yeah.
I had Louisiana circled as in it's a cool state to come to. So, man, I can't believe this is the last one for the season.
This is it.
I know.
Are you a little shed a tear? This is your first SYC season.
My first season.
What you feel? How do you feel at the end of it? Good.
Good.
Okay, good.
Can't wait for the next season to start back up. You know, we always look forward to coming to these events. So this is one of our new favorite events that we added to our list of things to do.
Yeah, well,
So-
we're happy you joined us. Let's see who we have a win. I believe, although I don't see him, so now I'm. Nope, this is not the right pair. Okay, keep talking, because I thought I had the right pair and I don't. Where is Braden?
So this is your first time, not your first time in Louisiana or the Rouge. You
It is-
bowled the Queens here, right?
Correct. It's not my first time. This is probably my third time in Louisiana. But it is my first time that we went down to actual New Orleans.
Okay.
And some of the kids, there's someone who was cheering on Jackson Neubauer, who I believe is to our left. The Neubauers, they do this ghost tour down in New Orleans,
No way.
which you and Nick should look at because you guys are going down Sunday night.
Yeah, we're gonna swing down there
There's
afterwards.
a ghost bus tour you can take and learn all the ghost stories.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that to the Barnes, Brandy, and them. She likes the ghost tours and stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be right up her alley. But
Well, because
for me, on the other hand, I'm gonna stand at the entrance and tell them,
have fun.
yeah, send me a text, every 2 minutes to make sure everything's okay.
Well, they told me, and you probably know this a little bit, but and it is kind of creepy. There's all the cemeteries are above ground.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some weird stuff that happens.
I'll
in
do it.
Louisiana.
You know what? I would do it.
Well, Mr. Neubauer, if you're listening, go check with G. Tell
Yeah.
him what tour you did.
I'm sure Nick could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
For
do
real?
it.
Oh, I have to hear about this.
We all have to have a rope or something like that tied to each other, so.
I think it's just ghost stories. I don't think you have to go out and do
Okay.
anything.
I'm just making sure, I
they're,
don't want to
creepy,
disappear.
yeah, right? Yeah, that's crazy.
The
right.
spirits.
All right, the bowlers you're watching are Connor Shrigg, Braden Foster, Eden Snyder, Bo Senior, William Smith, and Logan Storer.
Okay.
I think there's an X by one of the bowlers, so I don't know what that means, but we'll see. It should be those bowlers.
How are the scores? Are they fairly high or low, mid?
They
We were pretty
mid.
busy at the table, so.
They were mid until, let me see if they're getting those scores in. It looked like some bowlers were figuring out.
Okay.
We have nearly all of them in. So U18 boys, Austin Getz averaging 234. McKellen
That's
Gagne,
pretty good.
I'll take it. McKellen here plus 86. And then Elliot Gordon averaging 215. Those are the current top three. But after the 10th position, we're no longer plus
Yeah,
in the U18
yeah.
boys. So I would say that this is a little tougher pattern.
Yeah, a few that hits
U15
it.
boys, most of the U15 boys scores aren't in yet, so we'll wait a minute.
Okay.
But yeah, I think especially at the beginning, we were watching the U12. They were not feeling so good at the beginning of the day on the short. And then, as Norm said at the end of last game, he goes, right now, is when it's transitioning
Correct.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Norm would know best.
for sure.
All right, there you go. That's a 3-bagger right here. It's a 3-bagger by Snyder.
Oh, Connor gets that one to go.
Check out the swamp jerseys.
Okay, so here's what I'm telling you. Although these kids are throwing me off a little bit, I've not seen a young lady wear a swamp jersey yet, and I love the swamp jersey.
Really? It was a young lady yesterday.
Oh, okay, I didn't
And
see
she
it.
was like, "This is my favorite jersey."
This is a
She's from
really
the
cool
Louisiana.
jersey.
She's from
Did you
the
name
area.
all the little gators on it?
No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
How many
name
gators do you have on it? It's
Ooh.
like that would be
There
a
should
good
be 1,
trivia
2,
question.
3, 4, 5. I believe it's like 5 or
Yeah,
6.
because you have the not like little islands.
Yeah, they're on the island. There's a
Right.
couple of them
Yeah,
on the land, and then there's a few in the water.
yeah. If you guys want to see what we're looking at, let me go grab the link. Because this jersey, you got to see it to believe it. Did you have fun making these jerseys, G?
I did. I made them with love.
The Mardi Gras one, it looks like the mask is coming off
Yeah.
of the jersey.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, it's right there. Hang on, let me click this link.
The Bayou.
The Bayou jersey. Yeah, this one is great. Look at that. Look at that little gator. He's like, hello. I always say when I come here, we're going gator hunting. Because I always want to see a gator.
We went on a swamp tour the last time I was here.
Yeah.
It was actually it was for your queens.
Okay.
Me and my wife came out here for to support one of our best friends. She was bowling and
Did you see the gators?
yeah, we went on this big spare.
Good spare
Yeah,
right
good
there.
spare right there.
We'll take that.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm afraid of reptiles and stuff like that, so I don't really.
Do not fair.
Yeah, so I went on this tour
Yeah.
and they had a little taped up little gator they passed around, and they had a picture of me like with the I can't believe I'm doing this.
Yeah, that's too close for me.
It was awesome.
Way too
And
close.
then we went the boat, we boated around in the swamp,
Yeah.
and then giving us a history on the gators and how old they are and how long they could go without breathing, and don't run up a tree if you're trying to run away from one, because
They
they
can
just sit.
climb?
No, they just sit there and they'll sit there for years and not eat and they can breathe like a couple seconds, and, breathe for so many days or whatever. It's crazy.
This
Yeah.
was good facts for you because you have gators in Florida too.
Yes.
You have any near where you live?
Oh yeah, it's plenty. Like I fish, so the gators are like if you go into the lakes, you go into the fresh water, or sometimes even in over at the piers and stuff, they'll pop out and
Nope. I see it.
or they just watch you. They don't really. The gators don't come after you. You have to really be like messing with them for them to really come at you or whatever. But they know you're pulling in bait, or you have
I
some
want
type
to
of.
see one, but I don't want to see one too.
Just
like
leave them alone.
Yeah. Okay. Just leave them alone.
Yeah, we leave them alone. I leave them alone. But they're in the water, and when you don't see them, they're in the water still.
Hang on a sec. Landon is checking his score there.
One, two,
Landon,
three.
you can. Yeah, just shoot it and then fix it.
You can shoot it and fix it. But yeah, we leave them alone. There was a couple of times I was down, went tubing.
Let's
Down.
see if Landon covers
Oh, there it
this.
is. Oh.
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 Yeah, so he
That
needs to
fixed
fix
it.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
7,
Yeah.
8, 9,
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, So Landon's one of our, we haven't really talked about the evolution program. We did a
No.
little program. It's totally free. We need to add you guys to the emails just so you get them. But
Yeah.
it's a fun program we do. We send an email out every month. Landon actually was on our Zoom call and won a prize. We had Darren Tang pop in
Okay.
and chat with the kids. But we have like 400 kids in it now. That are
400?
we just have they get an email once a month. They get some tips. It's totally free to join.
Okay.
We have some volunteers that give out some lessons.
Some of the pros.
Lessons.
Okay.
Well, it's not even pros. Like, we're giving them life skills, right? Like,
Okay.
I'll write a little article about, like, communication and some experience with social media that I have. Leanne will give some just, like, Hall of Famer. She does, like, Hall of Famer drops. Like,
As she should. She
exactly,
is the Hall.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, here's what I learned in my life. In bowling. Mike Sinnek's been popping in with some tips. We have Marsha Clumpkin, who's a school teacher.
Okay.
So she gives some fun tips, but we incorporate bowling and then life skills.
As you should. It's an all around thing.
Yeah.
Off and on the lanes.
Yeah, because some kids will grow up to be pros, and others will grow up to work in the industry.
Work in the industry or
work somewhere else.
Around a group of people or whatever. Just knowing how to interact with one another. That's great. That's great.
Keen said when she lived in Florida, she was always afraid of hitting one in the road.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that would be scary.
Yeah. Even, that's the funny thing about hitting stuff in the road. The 18-wheelers, when those tires and stuff come off the,
oh, yeah.
the shreds come off and they're just sitting in the road. They call those gators.
Oh, no way. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Those things that tear up your car. I hit one before. It tore up the whole bottom of my car.
Oh.
It was bad. But, yeah, I'm afraid of hitting gators, especially in the back roads at night.
Oh, yeah.
They're out there. They're out there. Man, just leave those gators alone. I see a lot of videos. The gators that come in the neighborhood or stuff like that. And I'm like, man, that's around the corner from me.
There's some big ones too.
Yeah.
Like the big ones come walking that look like dinosaurs. Like,
they are dinosaurs.
I know they are dinosaurs. They're like the descendants, but these look like dinosaurs.
Yeah, I can't remember. Maybe the chat can help us, but like I could have sworn. I could have sworn like a 13 footer or bigger. Like those are like 100-year-old gators, or they're very old. If they're like in the 13, 14, 15 feet, they're old.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I wonder what the age is per feet, but it's something along those lines.
Oh, here's a fun. Avery says in Louisiana it's a very expensive fine if you hit a gator. So not only do you wreck your car, but now you got a fine on top of it. Wow, Louisiana.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, they love the gators around here.
Well, okay, so we did. I touched on it earlier today, but the kids are here this weekend in Baton Rouge. Visit Baton